Adolescence is defined typically as the years that mark the transition from child to adult. This transition is characterized by the beginning of sexual maturation and ending with the social achievement of independent adult status. Some psychologists believe that the storm and stress of the adolescent stage is caused by the tension between biological maturity and social dependence. According to Lawrence Kohlberg's Levels of Moral Thinking, the stage's focus is on whether the individual's actions reflect their beliefs in terms of rights and their self-defined ethical principles. So what is adolescence? It is a time of intense inner turmoil during which a person struggles to connect with who they are and with who they seem to be. In Erik Erikson's Stages of Psychosocial Development, he says that the only task of an adolescent is to find an identity, and that during each stage there is a psychosocial problem that needs solving. During adolescence, teens explore who they will be, what they will be like, and act like. Often the search for identity leads to role confusion, when they are unsure of who they want to be after trying out different roles. Erikson believes that the role confusion can be avoided if the teen tries out roles of the closest people to them. For example, a teen can try first the roles of parents or peers. If they do not like this role, they can try the next and most likely be satisfied with one of these. Erikson found that some adolescents begin to form their identities while still in the childhood stage by taking on the values and expectations of their parents and/or guardians. Other adolescents can cling to certain social groups that they identify with. Simply put, one can imagine the stereotypes of a high school movie: jocks, band kids, drama kids, etc. Ned Herman developed the Four Souths model while working as the head of management for General Electric. Herman wanted to determine how can people be so clever and so dumb at the same time. Herman determined that people could be broken down into four different selves, with one or two of these selves dominating their being. The one or two selves that dominated the person could access to a certain degree how these people were going to think and work. Herman's four different selves are the rational self, safekeeping self, and experimental self, and feeling self. The rational thinking selves are made up of critical, decisive, analytic, informational, discriminating. The safekeeping self is predictable, traditional, controlled, organized, reserved, and punctual. The experimental self is playful, open-minded, unpredictable, likes surprises, and is non-conforming. The feeling and relational self is emotionally involved, vulnerable, empathetic, humanistic, and intuitive.